Consumer price index for jewelry here in the U.S. rose almost 2% in March, which reversed the very slight dip in prices that occurred in February. Government stats now show the price index has remained above 150 points for 26 consecutive months, and still no sign prices will ease, especially as precious metals prices continue their run. Comparable store sales at U.S. chains this past week rose 4%. Continuing its trend of low single-digit increases from 1 year ago. Week-to-week sales were flat, though. ICSC, as well as others, are looking for April to close out chain store sales flat to perhaps slightly negative compared with April 2009. In other retail news, LVMH reported first quarter watch and jewelry sales rose 32% to 204 million euro. Sales of watches and jewelry showed the strongest gain for the luxury retailer this quarter. 1 year ago, the segment recorded a revenue drop of 27% and was the worst performing category. LVMH holds a 50% share in De Beers Diamond Jewelers. Michael Hill International reported a 10% increase in sales for its third quarter, driven by good results in Australia and New Zealand. The company observed that retail conditions remained challenging in the U.S. and in Canada, where same-store sales have remained flat to slightly negative. This past week, Tiffany's president James Quinn told the Nikkei News that retailer looks to expand its store network in China from the current 10 to 35 locations within the next 5 years. The company will specifically target the middle class in China by opening boutiques in the country's mid-sized cities. It also plans to aggressively pursue market share in Eastern Europe and in the Middle East. There have been improved trading conditions in the past year, no doubt, as country stats show. However, markets are not recovered enough yet for the diamond trading company to revisit the entire Sightholder vetting process just now. DTC told Sightholders they'd be offered a 1-year extension to current supplier of choice contracts, which generally last 3 years and were set to expire in March 2011. Extension periods will run now until March 2012, at which time a new 3-year contract would be awarded to an approved list of sightholders. The application process for the new contract period then will not begin until second quarter next year. DTC Botswana and Namibia DTC were both expected to propose the same extension. DTC London has 66 sightholders, down from 72 at the beginning of this current cycle. DTC South Africa has 15 sightholders, 2 less than April 2008. DTC has 16 sightholders in Botswana, 11 in Namibia, and 3 in Canada. Here is a look at how precious metals prices fared this past week. For all the latest industry news, be sure to check diamonds.net.